right, this week after posting some stuff related to the possible fall of globalism, Robert, on one of our YouTube videos, or no, this is from Facebook, Robert McCormack, he says, we're going into a one world political system. And he's been posting these things on my posts anytime I mention something along the lines of God judging the globalists, and maybe in the long run this is all good for America, whether I'm referring to Donald Trump and his policies or what the coronavirus is doing. He always comes back with trying to remind me that we're going into a one world political system. How dare you tell people that things are going to get better, and so forth. And that is true. You know, eventually the Bible does talk about the beast kingdom arising, the 10 kings, and all nations falling under this super government of the Antichrist. But the thing is, we do not know when that will happen. So we don't just lay back and take ourselves out of the fight and not hope for the best and not pray for America's sovereignty, pray for the restoration of America, because in Revelation, it talks about this one world kingdom of the Antichrist. Even Jesus himself said, you do not know the exact timing of these things. Okay? And right now, I feel like I'm seeing God judging the globalists. I don't feel like it's going the other way around. Now, under Obama, I felt like, oh man, we're going into this fast. And if Hillary would have ended up being president, I'd probably be saying what Robert was saying. But I don't see that happening right now. I saw God turn the tables around on the globalists in 2016, and they're continually being turned around. So am I going to just ignore that and say, hey, I know there's a lot of good things happening right now, things that I would have never thought I would have saw in my lifetime. A president that's actually standing up against the globalists, exposing the fake news media, supporting Christianity and giving us more rights and freedoms. Should I ignore all those things and just keep telling people we're going into a one world political system? You know, you sound kind of like, I don't want to be too hard, but you almost sound like, not just, you lose your credibility as a constant doomsdayer, okay? And I don't know if this is Robert's case, but I've noticed that many people that get into this mindset of looking at everything as this is it, the end's coming right now, nothing good is going to happen between now and when Jesus returns. I think a lot of those people have neglected their day-to-day life. They stop making plans as far as how to better their life, how to work their way up in their jobs, how to start a family and grow a family and all these things. And they don't think about any of those things. All they're thinking about, it can kind of be selfish in a way. All they're thinking about is, I just want this world to end because I want Jesus to return. And, my mentality is, and I want my mentality to be like Joseph's mentality is, no matter what hand we're dealt, no matter how bad things are at, I think we ought to make the best of it. Now, I'm not saying we should wear rose-colored glasses and say everything's great all the time. But man, we got to give credit where credit is due. When good things are happening, we don't keep saying that the globalists are still on top of us somehow. I mean, that's like the children of Israel when they were going to go into the promised land, and the spies were sent out, and they came back and told Joshua, they said, oh, we can't take the land. There's giants there. There's nothing we can do. We can't win. That's the same mentality. When I hear people always saying the globalists have all this power and control beyond your imagination. No, because you know who ultimately has control? God has control of what's going on. Okay, I don't give the globalists credit for everything that happens, or I don't give them credit for leveraging total control over everything. So my advice to people like Robert is, hey, man, you gotta have a little bit of an optimistic outlook at times, and you could sit here and never grow spiritually by saying the same thing over and over again. We're going into a world government, man. It's all going to happen and nothing we can do. So just lay back and take it. I tell you what, I'm not going to lay back and take it even when it's here. Because Revelation chapter 15 tells us that there's a group of people that will be standing on a sea of glass who had achieved victory over the beast. That means those people fought against the globalists. They, spiritually speaking, not talking about raising up arms, they stood against the globalists and the globalist system, and they until the very end. Now that could mean they lose their lives. Okay, it doesn't mean that we survive and conquer the beast that way. But what it does mean is we have a fighting mentality, and right now we're kicking some globalist butt, and I'm enjoying it. And Robert, you and people like you are not going to steal my joy from me when I see that happening. Okay? All right. That's what I have to say about that.